Hello, Hannah the Suburban Witch here, and today we're going to be talking about how to read tarot spreads like a pro. Yes, even if you're new. So, when we start as newbie tarot readers, and sometimes even as we progress along, we can get stuck at the stage of single cards. But we need to get beyond single cards. We need to unlock the powers of a tarot spread. What is a tarot spread? Well, it is basically more than one card, or you could call a daily draw a tarot spread. It's giving your cards a meaning before you pull them. It is like assigning their questions beforehand and then reading them together or separately, depending on your skill level and what you're trying to answer. So the first step is mastering the individual cards themselves and then progressing to combining them. It's not as scary as it sounds, I promise. Now, one of the really great things you can do with this is give yourself developmental exercises. So this is like no pressure. You're not doing it for a reading for someone or even for yourself. It is just a developmental exercise. And this takes a lot of that fear of getting it wrong out of the way so that you can just see whatever comes through. I'm going to grab my handy dandy tarot deck here and we are going to do some of this together. So my first step is going to be doing some developmental exercises just to build up your skills of weaving those card meanings together and then progressing to actually bring them into a spread. Now, a lot of the time with spreads as well, we can get caught up on, well, what do I ask? What spread do I use? And people jump to the Celtic cross. Do not do that. I hate the Celtic cross with passion. It sucks. I'm sorry, there are Celtic cross spread lovers out there, but I think it is like such a poorly constructed spread concept. It is not for me. So perhaps maybe if you are also neurodivergent like myself, it may not work with your brain either. I don't know, maybe I'm just strange. It's not for me. All right, so for this developmental exercise, we're going to be looking at the cards. Okay, so this is our step one, development. Do this with me. Grab your deck, pause me, grab your deck and come back. Now I have spread them upright so I can see them, and I'll pull them up on the screen when I do pick the cards. So let's just say we want two cards that are going to tell us that someone who we think is a friend is lying to us. What two cards paired together could mean that? Okay, so someone who we think is a friend is lying to us. Now, my brain goes immediately to, which suit do you think? The swords. That's my brain. Okay, yours could be different and there is no wrong answers. The one that I give is not the only answer, right? This is just seeing what things you bring together. All right, so let's go. Bum bada bum bada bum bum bada bum. Oh, apparently to Aladdin. Dun dun dun. Where are you? The card I want. I want, and I'll put it up here before I find it. I want the Three of Cups. Okay, Three of Cups. So that's friendship, which I don't know why I bothered spreading these upright. I can't freaking find anything. This did not work the way I wanted it. Okay, I sorted through them. I found the cards I wanted. So, if, let's just say, I have these two cards coming up, which is our Three of Cups and our Seven of Swords. These two cards together, to me, personally, would be like, there is a deception going on in your friendship group, or there is someone who is maybe lying to you. Now, if I was doing this just as a single card and I wanted to get that out of a single card, it would probably be the Three of Swords. But I mean, this sometimes goes more to like love, like a lover, lover's quarrel, heartbreak, that kind of a thing. So you don't always get the nuance that you might with two cards pulled together. Let me know what cards you chose in the comments below and why. You have to have a why. If you don't have a why, then it's just not, it doesn't make sense. We need to know why. You need to know why. So you can ask yourself lots of questions like that. What two or three or four, but probably not too many. Two or three is probably my my suggestion. What 2 or 3 cards would come out if we were talking about someone who's a chef or a house cleaner? Right, so you can just try and pick ones for careers. This is a really great development one. What 4 cards would show the beginning, middle, like double middle, and end of my favorite movie? Those sorts of things are going to get you used to seeing how cards pull together, tell a story, because they are a storytelling device, and it's going to get you in the mood for more than just one card pulls. But we're here to talk about reading spreads like a pro. So that's kind of like teaching you how to link those cards, which is just the first step. The next step is knowing what the hell to do for a spread, right? We've already discussed we're boycotting the Celtic Cross, but what else are we going to do? Well, you can find a bunch online. Like, there are so many online. I have a blog post for writers that is on the, I think it was witchy tips for writers who want to win Nano, when NaNoWriMo was a thing. It's not anymore, but it's still a really good writers witchy tips resource. And in there is a plot planning pyramid. So if you're ever writing a book, it's literally using the tarot to plan a plot. So a tarot spread for your plot. It's a really good one. Then we've got, on all of my new and full moon worksheets, there is a tarot spread to try. But you can do something simple like a past, present, future. That is a 3-card spread. So you pull 1 card that might represent a person's past, 1 card that represents their present, and 1 card that represents their future. And then you can see the story, especially if you've done the developmental exercise with the movie. You can see the story of their life and start to tell it that way. Now, one thing that I see a lot of newbies getting stuck in as well is talking about the traditional meaning of the card and sticking with it that way. But we need to also be listening to our intuition and seeing the threads that join these cards rather than just individual cards. It is tricky. It does take practice, but you can absolutely learn it with practice and trying these developmental exercises and then practicing it with people as well. So developing your intuition is a huge part of being able to read tarot spreads like a pro. I also recommend journaling your progress so you can track it over time and look back and review and reassess, especially with your personal readings for yourself, and talk about it with others. Like, you don't have to do tarot in a, what do they call it, in a silo? You don't have to do it by yourself. There are tarot Facebook groups. I run one, so all of the students of my tarot class, How to Read Tarot, go into a Facebook group where we do developmental exercises like what I've shared today. We, at the moment, are going through a different card every week of the major arcana and looking at the health association. So if you're doing a specific health reading and you get this card, what might that mean? And then you could take that a next step further and be like, what is the root cause of my issue and how can I fix it? And have those 2 cards come up, right? So that could be your little spread, a little 2-card spread. And then also look at how those 2 cards speak to each other. Spreads, I find, give us a really good big picture view rather than just the individual meanings. Basically, the spread itself can amplify the overall message required for the client or for yourself. So find a place where you have some community connection, some back and forth, some discussion around the tarot, different cards, different meanings, different deck styles, right? You might have different deck styles that work for you and ones that don't. And so it can be really good to find people that use the same deck that you do. Discord's another great place. I'm in a few little tarot groups over on Discord. But community connection is a big part of expanding your practice as well. I like to sometimes think of tarot spreads as unlocking a deeper level to the card, right? You can have your card at the top of your spread. Look, you'll see tarot spreads that are positioned like you have to put them all. You don't have to do them like that. You can just lay them out in front of you. Doesn't matter. But you can have ones where, card number 1, the first one you pull is the big problem. Card number 2 is like what you can do about it. Card number 3 is what you shouldn't do, what you might feel like you want to do, but it's going to make it worse. And then the likely outcome. Like, it can be all together. And then overall you might go, okay, we see a lot of pentacles here. most of these cards are pentacles. What would that tell us? So you're getting the overall picture. So it can be really good to look at overarching themes that are coming through in multiple card spreads. So if there's lots of pentacles, okay, maybe there's going to be some financial issues around the question we're talking about. If there's lots of swords, there's going to be quite a few challenges here, right? So we can get really interesting insight. If it's all major arcana, it's like, oh my god, dude, are you okay? What's going on, right? Like there's some big changes, life stuff's happening here. So it can be really helpful to look at them from an overarching and then also that individual and weaving them together. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, please let me know. Pop any of your tarot questions in the comment section below. If I get enough questions, I'll do another one of my tarot FAQ episodes, which there are, I think, 5 episodes out on my channel now. They're in the tarot playlist. You can watch them at any time, where I do answer your frequently asked questions about the tarot. And if you're ready to take that next step, if you're looking for a little bit more guidance, check out my tarot class, which is a 3.5-hour class, and you get some worksheets, you can get some cheat sheets, and you get access to that Facebook group. Or if you're just wanting to level up completely in terms of your intuition, your psychic skills, and your divination skills, including tarot, you'll get access to that tarot class plus a whole bunch more in the Art of Psychic Divination, which is my course teaching all about psychic skills and divination. It's a 7-week course. It is phenomenal. I'm so proud of it. So check that out as well if you're ready to up level even more. As always, I hope you have a lovely day wherever you are in the world today, and I will chat with you next time.